Unboxing video here of the Antminer R4. I got these things in last week, so let's get them set up. At 8 terahashes, and we take a look inside what the box initially looks like. We got the instructions from Bitmain and the R4. I think it's got 2 hash boards on it. Now over here on the power supply, which is really important, it's the APW5 122600. Okay, so here's the Antminer R4. It's looks a little different from the Antminer S9 if you're used to one of those. Here's an Antminer S9 for comparison. Here's an Antminer S9 hash board, and you can see that it's built in a specific way, and that the R4 is built in a similar way. It looks like we'd want to run the R4 kind of this way, laying down. I don't know, maybe you put it under your bed as an extra heater or something like that, but you can see the depth of the hash board is much smaller than the depth of the equivalent Antminer S9 hash board. But this thing's big. It's big compared to the Antminer S9. Supposedly it's a lot quieter too, so let's see how that goes. Okay, so you can see I've got the power supply hooked up to the Antminer R4. The control board on top is powered. Then we got the 6 plugs in here. We got a nice purple network cable, and you can see I have spare plugs to power a second Antminer R4. So that's what we can do. 1 power supply per 2 of the Antminer R4. Now I'm just going to plug this into a wall socket. It's got a standard IEC 13 connector on the back. It can take 110 volts all the way up to 240, 50 or 60 hertz. And we're just going to plug this in and power it up. We'll see. Alright, well, about 5 minutes after it's up and running, it's hashing on the default stuff here. So, you know, it's a good setup. It's got kind of a weird rotating blower type thing, and the hot air comes out here. And I don't know, I got a lot of background noise here, so you might not hear this thing, but it's pretty darn quiet. I'll give it that. 8 terahashes, quiet, very efficient. I like it. Okay, so I wasn't satisfied with testing it out in the noisy environment. I brought it into the office space here. You can hear the ambient noise is very low. So right now the equipment's off. Let me go ahead and plug it in and get it up and going and see how it performs. Okay, so it's hashing at its default rate now, or using the default Antminer things, and let's go over here and see. It's much less noisy than when it first booted up. So by operating here in my 70-degree environment, which is a typical home or office environment, it's much quieter than on initial boot up. A little bit louder than a refrigerator hum, but not bad.